Good evening, members of the committee, and thank you for your leadership, Senator Metz, on this bill. My name is Cali Babbitt Spears, and I'm a member of SOAR Sisters Overcoming Abusive Relationships, a survivor task force of Rhode Island coalition against domestic violence. I am here today urging all of the support the Senate Bill number 2134, legislation to ban discrimination based on source of income. 20 years ago, 1999, about 20 years ago, 20 years old, I moved to Rhode Island and met my now ex-husband. We moved into a house together, and after we had our first child, in that house is where the abuse began. Throughout the years to follow, our family grew, and the abuse escalated. He threatened and assaulted me many times during my many attempts to leave. While I wanted to leave, I feared becoming homeless and having to live in a vehicle with my children. I had no support. We were dependent on my abuser's income. I was finally able to seek safety at a local domestic shelter, and from there it accepted an apartment with enough rooms for me and all of my children. But it was not safe. It was not a safe option for us. I knew my ex-husband would find me in this apartment complex because it was a small town, and this was the only low-income community there. I was forced to make a decision between safety and a roof over me and my children's heads. I applied for Section 8 voucher shortly after moving in, and it took almost 7 years to receive that voucher. While searching for a new apartment, I found myself very frustrated. All of the options were out of my price range, seasonal rentals, or only available to college students. I finally found an apartment I could afford and was rejected by the landlord for having a voucher. Another landlord who knew I had a voucher told me he preferred to rent to college students after he learned how many children I had. I felt so nervous telling the landlords I had a voucher in fear of that rejection. I was told I shouldn't tell landlords about the voucher or they wouldn't rent to me. Ending discrimination based on source of income would have protected me from being treated this way. That voucher expired before I found a place for my family to live, and I am still in search for my second time. By the grace of God, I have a second chance. I did not leave an abusive relationship to be then controlled by the lack of housing options available to keep me and my children safe. While safety is not included in the cost of rent, having a choice of where to live is a security that many families fleeing violence need. There should not be a price on safety. Thank you very much for your consideration of this important legislation.
Thank you for your testimony and for your patience. I know you've been here since long before 4 o'clock, so we appreciate your sticking it out.